Hi, I'm Sean Farrington with Fourth Wall Marketing, and I'm going to show you 2 ways to pick winning keywords that help you rank faster and profit more with your Amazon products. And I'm excited about this because, as you know, Amazon is getting more competitive almost every day. There's more sellers entering the space, there's more companies coming in with their products, and it's becoming more and more important to have a fully integrated Amazon marketing campaigns and systems. And if I see one area where sellers are falling down more often than not, it's with this integrated marketing. They're failing to do fully integrated marketing, where they take the 3 key components, as you know, data, science, and art, and work them together to give their products the best shot at truly winning and to rank fast and all of these different things. So today, I'm excited because we're going to dig into one of those areas in data that's going to show you how to find keywords that will help you rank fast and sell more. And we're going to be looking at 2 primary things to be able to do this. One is comp data, and the second is what I like to call the golden ratio. I'm excited about these. Let's go ahead and dig in. I'm going to go into screen capture mode here. And here we go. If you watched the previous video, I showed you how to gather up to 10,000 keywords, and I think we can go down here and show this, up to 10,000 keywords for your product. And if you didn't see that video, I'm going to put a card up to it here. You can go check it out, and I'll show you how to gather up all these keywords. I went through step by step on how to do that. And you can go watch that video. The card's up here. But right now I'm going to show you 2 things that I'm going to use. And one's the comp data and the golden ratio on how to start sifting through these huge pile of keywords and see which keyword may be the most profitable and the right keyword to pick as your primary keyword and your secondary keyword. And those are really what we're looking for. Primary keyword, secondary keyword, and then your top tier keywords that you can start to write your copy around. You can use your back end for targeted paid advertising. And again, this is all of this data when we're talking about the 3 ways of integrated Amazon marketing, and that is to use data and science and art all together integrated to help you win. So when we did the research, we found that Tactical Flashlight got 956,000 searches in volume per month, and it was probably within the last 30 days. So this can change, obviously, seasonally. This is a snapshot in time, as you probably know, but this will tell you that. So we're going to go on to something maybe you've seen before here. And this is Amazon. Now, if you'll notice, I'm in incognito mode. And this is critical whenever you're doing any kind of research. I've explained this before. Incognito, it won't save your browsing history. It doesn't allow for cookies or site data. It keeps this so that Amazon, when you go into Amazon, they can't track you. The reason you don't want them tracking you is because if you've been in here and you've looked at any of these terms before, they're going to start feeding you data off of what you've looked at before. So this just keeps them from messing up organic results. So anytime I'm doing any kind of research on Amazon, I'm always in incognito mode, and you can do some research on how to find that on your own. But I'm going to show you something here. Now, one of the interesting things that when I click in Tactical Flashlight, obviously Amazon is pulling up results just like Google or any other search engine does it, but you can see there are tons and tons of results here. The problem is they always end at about page 20, and sometimes there are more results, sometimes there are less. You might not have even ever noticed this, but there's a little number up here. There's 1 of 16 of over 50,000 results, and this is a great little number because this is telling you how many results Amazon thinks are worthy of showing up for Tactical Flashlight. And they're saying there's over 50,000 results competing for this Tactical Flashlight. 50,000. So I'll just copy that right now and go back to our sheet. And what I'm going to notice here is that it's basically telling me that out of this amount of search volume, there's this many listings that Amazon thinks is worthy of competing for that phrase, Tactical Flashlights, right? So as I look at that and go, wow, 50,000 is a bit to compete against. I like good competition, but I'd rather find something that isn't that competitive. And we can just continue doing this and putting this information in here. And we see, oh, wow, there's over 200,000 search results competing for over about close to 1,893,000 searches a month. So I look at this and go like, wow, immediately I'm less interested in this keyword than I am this keyword. But as you can see already, just off of some information, we're able to compare these 2 things and go like, wow, we've got some actual numbers here to start to build with and build some data with. We can just continue going on down the line and gathering up this information, we start to see there's some real good data coming up. We see now we're getting a little bit lower, 10,000 competitors, right? Travel accessories, I don't think it's really pertinent, but I might want to look at it just to see if it's good. That's over 1 million. I'm really not interested in anything that's 1 million, right? Beach towel, I don't even know why that showed up. I can almost guarantee this is going to be a stupid amount, but let's go ahead and look at it here real quick. Yep, now look here, this is what this is telling you, 10,000. This is such a big term that it had to go into subcategories: tools, home improvement, safety, security, flashlight, handheld flashlight. It didn't just even want to give you that. That would have been too nuts. So when you start to see getting down into this subcategory, it's basically telling you that, hey, maybe this is the term, handheld flashlights. A little bit more data you can kind of gather, but it's not even just going in the main category. I like to stick in main categories whenever I'm doing research. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not interested in that. Rechargeable flashlight, 40,000 for rechargeable, right? And again, yoga towel pulled up here. Sometimes you get some of these. You can just get rid of these. Travel accessories, UV flashlight, maybe. I don't know, let's go ahead and look. And so we can just go on and gather more and more of these. Okay, but what you can see is that we're starting to gather data, and it's giving us a little bit of information. So I can see just off of this that 10,000 is less people than 50,000 and so forth like that. All right, and we can just kind of like go down and select out some of these. Let's look here, find, and I'm just taking a guess. Holster, there's a holsters, AR-15 flashlight, I don't know. People will be like, oh, look at that, 294. See, now I like this. Now what that's telling me, if you look at what we started with, we were originally looking at keywords that were competing way up here, million, 10,000, 50,000. We got down to 10,000, we're like, hey, that's not bad. But now all of a sudden we start to get down into keywords, and it's telling us here, how far down was it, goodness. Okay, first 5,000, and now 294 competitors were competing for this term, AR-15 flashlight. So now, I don't know if that's something that will actually pertain to our flashlight or not. Maybe it's something we can go back to our manufacturer and say, hey, can this have an adapter to work with an AR-15? Because that might be something we could do, or even launch a new product. And as I've said before, this is always a little bonus. Almost every time I'm doing keyword research, I almost always find other potential products. And that's one of the good benefit of gathering this kind of data. And I'm just going through really quick, but what I wanted to show you is that based off of this information, we can actually start to make a little bit of decisions. And I like to just kind of sort this a little bit. And first I'm going to just go ahead and sorted the data. And you can see that as it sorted it, that, you know, millions at the top and so forth like this. Now, the thing that I'm most concerned about here is actually this relationship between these two figures, all right? Like the worst scenario for a keyword that I could possibly have is if I purchased a product and I could only find one keyword, and that keyword only had one search per month and had like 1 million people competing for that one person searching for it per month, right? Now, the inverse is obviously true. Whenever we're thinking logically about these things, we try and invert it a little bit. And if I could find, 100 million people searching for something that there was only one competitor for, that would be my primary relationship that I would love to have happen at any time. So the higher this search volume is and the lower the number of competitors that Amazon thinks is worthy of ranking for that or even showing up for that, the more excited I am. So what I like to do is what I call my golden ratio, and I call it the golden ratio because it's how one of the key factors I use to decide if there's gold in this keyword, and it's a quick way to sort through this data. So I'm going to show you how this works. So inside of Excel, you can do formulas, and I'm sure you can do this in Sheets or anything else too, but I just happen to use Excel because I use Excel for more complex equations than this. This is just a really simple one, but you can form an equation, a very simple equation involving these two numbers. If you take cell B2, right, and divide it by cell C2, you get what's called a ratio. And we can kind of see that this is kind of a low ratio. It's not even a 1-to-1. If this kind of helps you, if you're familiar with ratios from like grade school, I'll go ahead and do that to there. So it's a 0.47058 to 1 ratio. Not exactly the most exciting ratio ever, but it is a ratio, and we can kind of see what's going on there. So, and we could do this for all of these. We can actually, go through and, paste a bunch of these in. There we go. Just go ahead and paste a bunch of those so you can kind of see what the ratio is. Maybe go ahead and move this over closer to the right so it snuggles up next to it. Wait, see, now we can see it's like 0.054 to 1. It's not a great ratio, but we can look at all these ratios and just go ahead and extrapolate that out, now we've got something down here that's 140 to 1 ratio, meaning that this number is 140 times more than this number. So I get most excited about really high ratios, right? And so this is just a way to really quickly sort through data. You can just simply go through and find, why do we have beach towel? Let's go ahead and take that one out. I'm gonna delete that. We can just really simply go through and find, like, let's look for a steam light flashlight. I don't even know what that is. Let's go ahead and go over to Amazon and just go ahead and put in steam light flashlight, right? 2,000 results. If I come over here, place that in, 2,000 results, I can then extrapolate this out and see what kind of ratio I have. All right, a 77 to 1. All right, not bad. It's better than 0 to 0.47058 to 1, better than 19 to 1, better than 4 to 1, not nearly as good as 140 to 1. And then the exciting part about this is sort of when you're all done, you can do a quick sort by this data and come up really quickly and see what is the highest ratio. And right now it's AR-15 flashlight. And you can kind of see this is a little bit of a long-term keyword phrase, but it gives you a little bit, you can sort of see where you would possibly stand with this keyword. And it's a great, really fast way to dig in and find some potential keywords. Now, you'd still need to go to investigate this a little bit further, see if they're a specific design, if they might have mounts of a specific kind that could be used on AR-15s, or maybe you don't want to have anything to do with guns. That's absolutely fine. You could ignore this altogether. So even though this ratio is a really good ratio right now, it may be something that won't work for your business. That's absolutely fine, but at least it helps you sort through this data so much faster, get a little bit clearer perspective, and you can use these two things together. So, when I'm talking about data, it's really critical, first of all, you gather lots of data. It needs to be exhaustive amount of data. You need to basically go to the furthest ends with your data to find the most amount of data that you possibly can that is available for your particular product. And in this case, we're looking at keywords. And it's one of the areas I see people pull short. They just do a little bit of keyword research. They look at one tool and they don't do that. And again, I have a video that will show you how to do exhaustive keyword research. It was I put a card up and it's available over on the right, or however, if you're on mobile, it's available there. You can look at that and learn how to be more exhaustive with your data. You need to be able to find something that is the most a complete amount of data you possibly can. One of the things we can see is, we don't have exhaustive data, but you can really do this. Now, I have a team of people that help me with this kind of stuff, so I'm cheating a little bit, but you can kind of see here, I can be able to see. So there are some other keywords that came up and were really interesting. 1,000 to 1 ratio, meaning it's 40,000 in search volume per month. And then looking at only 36 realistic competitors for that listing. But you really want to truly, as I said, get exhaustive with this, and you just keep going down and down and down. And as we said, we got like 10,000 keywords here. We've looked at some good ratios. And as you can see, like as I drop off down below, I'm not really interested in some of these terms unless I wasn't finding things. Then I might go a little bit deeper and do some of those. But you could go as deep as you want to and really do that. So it's really important that you get this exhaustive amount of data. And this is something that we do for all of our clients. We had one for, let's see here real quick. I had one for Raiders market search. And what I did is I took all of this data, an exact same type of thing. We worked out the ratios. You can see there's lots of keywords for that too, all that kind of stuff. And this is for Oakland Raiders, and sorted out the top ones and so forth. And then on the top sheet, this is what we deliver to clients. And this is just one of the many pieces of stuff that we deliver to clients. We take all of that data, all of this data that you've kind of seen here, this unparsed and other data that we've got, grab it all together, and then we make decisions based off of that and some key factors. To be able to laser focus in on specific keywords that you can then rank for quickly and that have a good profit potential within them. And so this is part of the deliverables that we give with each of our pieces of copy, summarized for you so you know exactly what your primary and your secondary keywords are. And then, of course, we actually use it in the copy, so you don't actually even need this. Let me go ahead and get out of screen capture mode here for a second. Okay, and so I don't know where you are in your business right now. Maybe you're just starting out, or you're growing, your business is growing to the point where you're realizing that perhaps you're the one key element that's actually holding your business back, and you need to start building a team, and perhaps you're wishing that you had a director of marketing who could just handle all that stuff for you, because you realize how important integrated marketing is in your Amazon business. And if that's the case, I just want to make an offer to you that we could sit down and grab 10 minutes in your calendar in the near future and just talk and see if we may be a fit, you and I. could be a fit for making me your director of marketing for your Amazon business in a matter of speaking. And if that's the case, let me show you how to get a hold of me here. And this is the fourth wall marketing page. I'll go ahead and put this link down below, but you can jump on here. There's some great resources and stuff like that. All my videos are here, so you can kind of check those out, or other posts and so forth like that. But up here, if you want to, just go ahead and you can click on this and just say, hey Sean, let's grab 15 minutes on the calendar in the next whatever, and just give me a day that might be interesting to you. And we can sit down and chat over Skype, over Hangouts, or FaceTime, or whatever really works for you. I would just love to hear about your business and kind of learn a little bit more about what you've got going on. Everything's completely confidential. As I've said before, even that Raiders listing, I had permission to speak about that, but it'll be completely confidential. And listen, let me get out of here. If nothing comes of it, it's fine. Maybe you get some free advice and input into your business and into potential marketing direction for your future. I'm always willing to do that. And if it is something that we can work together, I'd love to. But regardless, I hope what you got off of this video was useful to help you picking great keywords that can help you rank faster and profit better. Have a great day and happy selling.